Hello, my loves. Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to focus on balancing poses. So we're going to go between flow and movement and then holding pose in a balancing pose just to support us in strengthening mind, body, and soul, and also just to focus our energy on balancing. So often in life, we're getting pulled in many different directions and feeling out of alignment or out of balance. And so our balancing poses on our mats challenge us to practice standing on one foot, standing on one arm, and doing all these different things to kind of offset our balance. And in that, find our strength and find our groundedness. So I'm really excited for this practice today. So we'll begin, as always, briefly in a comfortable seated position. Spine tall, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And just taking a moment to arrive on your mat today, body, mind, and spirit. We'll bring our peace fingers to our forehead, just bringing awareness to the mind, inviting the mind onto the mat today. Bringing awareness, bringing our hands to our abdomen, just feeling our core, sending our breath all the way down to the belly, and inviting our body to join us on our mats today. And finally, floating the hands up to the heart, bringing awareness to the heart center, our emotional body, where our soul resides, and inviting our soul to meet us on our mats today. And through our practice today, we're inviting body, mind, and soul to practice the energy of balance, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And the way that we practice balance is to put ourselves out of balance or out of alignment to then cultivate and connect to that strength within. And gently open the eyes. We're going to begin in child's pose today. So separating the knees, heels come together, walking hands out, bringing the forehead down to the mat. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And pausing here for a few rounds of breath. So allowing yourself to meet and greet yourself on your mat today. Always returning awareness to the breath as it brings you back to the present moment. On the inhale, we'll take the hands all the way to the right hand side, exhaling when you get there. Inhale, hands come back through center. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, hands come through center. We'll flip the palms and bring the hands to the shoulders, continuing to shift the weight back, getting a stretch through the triceps. One more inhale here. On the exhale, slowly walking up. We'll bring knees hip-width distance apart, separating the heels, walking hands down, quick puppy dog pose. Forehead comes to the mat. Stretching out and opening through the spine. On the inhale, slowly walking hands up. Today, inviting you to do a Chaturanga Flow with our cat-cow. So on the inhale, dropping, shoulders from the ears, chin tilts toward chest. On the exhale, slowly rounding the spine, shifting the weight back, dropping elbows, and then inhale to come through center. Exhale, rounding spine, shifting weight back, dropping elbows. Inhale to come through center. Taking a few more at the pace of your own breath. Option to close the eyes, bringing awareness within and making it a moving meditation. 2 more rounds at the pace of your own breath. On this final round, pausing in table position. Hands are directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to do an alternating sunbird flow, beginning our balance test today. So on the inhale, right arm, left leg extends. On the exhale, bringing it back down to the mat. Inhale, balancing, opposite arm and leg reach. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, reaching, switching hands and legs. Inhale to reach. Exhale, lower 2 more on both sides. Again, allowing the breath to guide you through your movement. And pausing here. From here, inhale the right leg high, straightening out behind, pressing through the heel. Holding here for a round of breath. We're going to bend at the knee, open up the hip, and take a few circles. Switching directions. Slowly lowering it down. Other side. Inhale, left leg high, reaching the leg up behind, foot is flexed. Taking a breath here, and bending the knee, opening up the hip, taking a few circles here. And going in the other direction. Okay, releasing leg from here. Walking fingertips forward, tucking back toes, popping up into downward dog. We'll pedal out the backs of the legs. Bending knees. And slowly pausing in the pose. So this is a balancing pose in itself, downward facing dog. As we're balancing on hands and feet and shifting our perspective slightly from a normal upward standing position, really activating through the muscles. From here, we're going to inhale, coming up onto the toes, then deeply bending the knees and holding here for 2 rounds of breath. Just noticing the muscles that activate as we balance and change the position. On the next inhale, legs reach back out. From here, we'll inhale into plank pose, holding here for 2 rounds of breath. Another balancing pose. On the exhale, shifting back into downward dog, pausing here. Inhale, coming back into plank pose, holding for 2 rounds of breath. Shifting back into downward dog. From here on the 3rd round, we're going to go through a Chaturanga Flow. So you get to tap into your body and decide what that looks like for you, whether that's a modified knees, chest, chin version, or perhaps you stay pausing in downward dog. On the inhale, moving forward. On the exhale, slowly lowering. On the inhale, upward facing dog. On the exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do 1 more round, Chaturanga variation of your choice. Inhale to come forward. On the exhale, lowering chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we'll inhale, stepping to the top of our mats. On the exhale, folding and pausing here in a forward fold, allowing the body to drape over itself. We'll gently bend the knees. From here, we're going to inhale, coming up with a wingspan, opening up the arms. On the exhale, diving forward. Inhale, coming up flat back, arms lift. Exhale forward 2 more times. Inhale, coming up, flat back, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up again, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Pausing here for a round of breath. Then slightly bending the knees, we'll slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, hands meet at the top. Exhale, hands come to the heart. On the inhale, we'll rise. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, planting hands, stepping legs back. Flow, pause, or rest, meeting in downward dog. From downward dog, we'll inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bringing the knee forward, crescent lunge. Shifting the weight forward, hips are squared forward. Inhale, coming up into crescent lunge. Option to have hands at the hips, heart center, or reaching all the way up toward the sky. Again, noticing the balancing between the feet. So trying to balance your weight between both feet and finding grounding through the center. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, twisting to the right, arms open. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, back to center. One more each side. Pausing here. From here, we're going to press off the back foot, marching pose, balancing pose. And pause here for 2 rounds of breath. Again, finding the grounding and the strength and just standing on one leg. Arms reach up toward the sky. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, floating back, warrior 3. Leg comes behind, really pressing through the back foot. Arms will reach out by your sides. So in balance, in these balancing poses, we also cultivate and build strength as we are off center and off balance. On the inhale, coming back to marching pose. 2 rounds of breath here. On the exhale, sending the leg back, crescent lunge. Deep inhale here at center. On the exhale, hands frame the foot, sending the leg back. Flow, pause, or rest between the sides. Pausing in downward dog for a round of breath. On the inhale, the left leg lifts high. Exhale, bringing it forward. Crescent lunge on the left side. So just getting your balance and then slowly coming up through center. Again, hands can come to the hips, heart center, or reach up toward the sky, dropping shoulders from the ears. We'll take a deep inhale here at center. On the exhale, twisting arms to the left. Inhale, coming through center. Exhale, twisting. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming to center, pausing here for a round of breath. From here, heading into marching pose, pressing off the back leg, lifting the knee toward the chest, arms reach up toward the sky. Holding here. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, slowly floating back into warrior 3. So really pressing through the back foot, arms reach out. Holding here, again, testing that balance, building that strength. Showing that when we're off balance, standing only on one foot, we can still find peace, calming, strength, and stability. On the inhale, lifting knee back up, marching pose, 2 rounds of breath. On the exhale, sending leg back, crescent lunge. Deep inhale here at center. On the exhale, hands frame the foot, sending leg back. Flow, pause, or rest. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Taking a round of breath here. On the inhale, reaching right leg high. Exhale, bringing leg forward, warrior one. So rotating the back foot to 45-degree angle. Inhale to come up through center. For proper alignment, we'll reach the right arm forward, left arm forward. Inhale, coming through center, dropping the shoulders from the ears. From here, we're going to inhale, straightening the leg, opening up the arms by our sides, 90-degree angle. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale to open up. Exhale, warrior one. 2 more times. Pausing here in warrior one. From here, we're going to pivot the back foot so it's parallel, facing forward, hips squared. Inhaling here on the exhale, pressing off the back foot, hands come to frame the front foot, standing split. So really pressing through that back foot. So another balance challenge here. As we stand on one foot, shifting weight forward, but again, still finding stillness, still finding strength. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, sending leg back, floating back, warrior one. We'll take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, hands frame foot, sending leg back, flow, pause, or rest between the sides. Meeting in downward dog. Pausing here for a round of breath. On the inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, bringing it forward. Warrior one on the left side. Again, coming through the center. An option to take alignment by reaching forward with right hand, left hand. And then we'll inhale through center, dropping the shoulders from the ears. From here, we're going to begin our flow. On the inhale, straightening the front leg, arms come by your sides at a 90-degree angle. Exhale, back into warrior one, deep bend in the front knee. Inhale, straightening and opening. Exhale, warrior one. 2 more times. Pausing here in warrior one, going from flow to balance. We'll pivot the back foot so that it's facing forward, hips squared forward. Inhaling here at center on the exhale, pressing off with the back leg, hands come down to frame the foot, standing split. Really pressing through the back of the lifted foot. Foot is flexed. Core and glutes are engaged. And allowing your breath to find peace, calming, and grounding as we take our body out of balance. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, floating back, warrior one. Inhale here at center. On the exhale, hands come down to frame the foot, sending leg back. Again, flow, pause, or rest. Pausing after this flow in a child's pose. So knees come apart, reaching fingertips, forehead comes down to mat. And just reconnecting to your breath in this moment. On the inhale, coming back up into a downward dog. From here, inhaling the right leg high. On the exhale, leg comes forward, warrior two. So coming up into warrior two, finding your pose. Back foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. Deep bend in the front knee. Arms lift, shoulders drop. Taking a deep inhale here at center. On the exhale, reaching forward. Elbow comes down, side angle. Taking a few nourishing rounds of breath here. Really opening up through the side body, through the rib cage. On the inhale, coming back up into warrior two. From here, flipping, top palm, reaching for the back of the mat, exalted warrior. Again, really opening up through that side body, opposite rib cage. On the inhale, option is straighten front leg, reaching back just a little bit farther. On the exhale, finding warrior two. From here, going into half moon pose. So we're going to take the back hand to our hip, pressing off the back foot. We're going to land on the floor with the right hand, and hand stays at the hip. So really pressing through that top leg, foot is flexed as if you're pressing up against a wall. When you've found your balance, option to reach that arm up toward the sky. Half moon pose. Again, trying to find stillness even when we're out of balance. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, sending leg back, floating back into warrior two. Inhaling here. On the exhale, hands come down to frame the foot, sending leg back. Flow, pause, or rest between the sides. So meeting in downward dog. On the inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, bringing it forward. Warrior two. So again, reaching arms, shoulders drop, finding your pose. Deep bend in the front knee. Finding the pose here. The solid foundation. It is our solid foundation that allows us to continue to build strength and purpose when we're all out of balance. Inhaling at center on the exhale, reaching forward, elbow comes down, top arm comes over. A few nourishing rounds of breath here. On the inhale, slowly coming through center, warrior two. Flipping the palms, exalted, reaching for the back of the room, keeping the deep bend in the front knee to begin. On the next inhale, straightening the front leg as an option just to deepen the stretch. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, coming back to warrior two. From here, going into half moon on the other side. So again, we'll be pressing off the back foot, taking the back arm to the hip, pressing off, landing left fingertips tent on the ground. Really reaching up through the floor, pressing through the back of the leg. And then inhale, reaching arm up toward the sky, half moon pose. Whatever version or variation serves you today. And just notice the strength building. And always bringing awareness back to the breath to help get you to the other side when we're feeling off balance. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, floating back, warrior two. Inhale here. On the exhale, hands come down, framing the foot, sending leg back. Flow, pause, or rest. We meet in downward dog. From here, stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rising, hands meet the top. Exhale, hands come to the heart. From here, going into dancer's pose. So feet are about hip width distance apart. We'll ground on the left foot. We'll bend the right leg, grabbing it with the right wrist. From here, slightly bending the standing leg, reaching arm out. We'll inhale here at center, and then on the exhale, slowly shift forward, pressing foot into ankle, arm reaching forward. The goal is to keep the hip squared toward the ground. And again, having fun with this. So allowing yourself to laugh and get a little playful, especially as we tip or fall or stumble, because that is a part of life. Deep inhale here. Exhale, slowly releasing, shaking it out, and then going on to the other side. So grounding through the right foot. We will bring the left foot bending the knee in, grabbing around the ankle. This may be your full pose today, and that is perfect. We are still challenging our balance. For the full pose, we'll inhale, reaching the left arm up toward the sky. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, slightly bending the knee, shifting weight forward, reaching arm forward, leg lifts behind, pressing the ankle into the hand. Dancer's pose. Again, trying to smile. Continuing to breathe. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, slowly releasing. We'll inhale, rising up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then from here, bending the knees, slowly coming up one hand at a time. Exhale, hands come to the heart. From here, we'll inhale at center. On the exhale, taking a seat. Hands can stay by the chest for our chair pose today. So again, we're taking a seat. Spine is in neutral. Arms at our chest. So feeling the strength building in the legs as we hold our chair. Again, being able to hold ourselves up as if we are seated on a chair, just by changing our point of gravity and changing our posture. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, we dive forward. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, fold, planting hands, stepping back, flow, pause, or rest. From here, meeting in downward dog. Taking a rounder breath here, we'll slowly come forward into a plank pose. We're going to take the right hand to the center of the mat and then shift the weight to the outside edge of the right foot, shifting body and finding a side plank. So again, a balancing pose. Balancing on one arm as the other lifts toward the sky. Option to lift the top leg, challenging your balance. Again, showing yourself your internal strength and allowing your breath to guide you through the challenge to the other side. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, coming through center, plank pose. On the next inhale, left hand comes to center and we switch sides, shifting weight to the outside edge of the left foot. Right arm reaches toward the sky. Again, option to lift the top leg, bending at the knee, perhaps straightening out through the leg. Just challenging your balance here on your mat so that when we experience an imbalance off of our mats, we are equipped with the tools needed to navigate that challenge. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, rounding down, bending the knees, shifting back, child's pose. One more round of breath here. And slowly coming around onto our seat. We're actually going to go into a boat pose. So from here, we'll place the feet on the ground. Inhale with a straight back, knees or hands come behind the knees. On the exhale, rounding the spine, lifting the knees off the ground. Again, balancing. So this is boat pose. Option to straighten the legs, point toes, and then lift the arms. It's just finding whatever variation works for you today, but notice the challenge when we're off balance as well as the strength that is built. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, coming in for a big I love you hug, tucking everything in. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And then slowly coming to a seated position. We'll inhale, reaching the arms up. On the exhale, twisting to the right hand side, spinal twist. Hands just come to the ground lightly. And we'll press into the back hand, looking over the back shoulder. One more round of breath here. On the inhale, arms reach up. On the exhale, other side. So hands come down to the floor, and we'll look over that left shoulder, kind of pressing into the back fingertips to deepen the twist. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, slowly coming back to center. Option to do a little challenge here of Lotus Pose. So we'll take the leg on one of the legs on top, taking your hands by your side. So pressing hands into the mat. On the inhale, option to lift the legs. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release. Switching sides. So I guess you could better wrap the legs so that they stay together. Hands plant by the sides. On the inhale, lifting legs. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release. Shaking it out. Releasing legs into a comfortable position. On the inhale, we'll bring the shoulders up to the ears, bringing them back, down and around. One more time, inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Bringing them down, allowing them to settle into their sockets, placing our hands on our lap as a gesture of grounding. And we'll gently close the eyes. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a smile. We'll place the left hand on the abdomen and the right hand on the heart. And just take a moment to send some breath into the heart and the belly. Knowing that you already internally have all the strength that you need to navigate any challenge in your life. So even when you are feeling out of balance, just like we experienced on our mats today, notice the strength that is built from being out of alignment or out of balance. So it is our challenges and those moments, the obstacles we face and the moments that take us off our center, that teach us the deepest lessons that can contribute to our growth and our strength. So taking this final moment, sending love to mind, body, and spirit, mind, body, and heart, for showing up on your mat today to challenge yourself, body, mind, and spirit here, so that you have the tools and the strength to encounter and overcome any challenges out in the world. Namaste. Thank you so much, my loves. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. A lot of balancing, so it's a lot of strength building. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and nourishing all of you. I'll see you guys again very soon. Sending lots of love.